pigment which is present in the rod discs is called rhodopsin. The pigment which is present in the cone cells is called iodopsin. So we have photoreceptor cells. We know that in vertebrates, two types of photoreceptor cells are present. One is called rod cells, the other one is called cone cells, because they have a rod-like and cone-like shape. So that is why they are called as rod and cone cells. So rod cells actually function in dim light, even in dim light, but they do not perceive any color. So color vision is not possible for rod cells. So a human retina which contains about 3 million cones, but 100 million rods. See that ratio, 100 million, 3 million. So cone cells actually they function in bright light only, not in the dim light. And they are actually responsible for the color vision. You are able to see the color that is around you, that is because of the presence of the cone cells. Suppose if these cone cells are not functioning, not properly functioning, what will happen? That is what we are going to see in the last topic, color adaptation, last topic. So here we have the photoreceptors cells. They are located as layers on the retina. So this is the enlarged portion, the microscopic view of the anatomy of the retinal cells. So already I have told you this is pigmented cell layer. This is the cone cells. They are present in between the rod cells. These are all the rod cells, outer segment of the rod, inner segment of the rod. This is the violet color one is cone cell, outer segment and inner segment. And this layer is called bipolar cells layer. In between that you have horizontal cells as well as amacrine cells are there. And after that ganglionic cell layer is there. And this is going to the retina. So this is the inner side of the retina, and you see that light from the eyeball lens is focused on the retina. This is the anatomy. So here in this retina, which portion we are going to concentrate in visual cycle? This area. Visual cycle is going to happen only in this area of the layer. Which layer? Rod and cone cell layer. Here you can see the shape or structure of the rod and cone cells. See that this is the outer segment, inner segment, and outer limiting membrane, nucleus portion, and synaptic body. And here in the inner segment you have mitochondria. Outer segment only you have discs, membrane cells or discs lined with pigment, photopigment, rhodopsin. It is called a color pigment. Similarly in cone cell, same type of shape is there, that is structure is there, but shape differs. See that synaptic terminal that forms a synapse with a neuron here, and the nucleus is here. Mitochondria is there in the inner segment, outer segment is like having cone shape, this is having rod shape. So invaginations of cell membranes that form a stake, that is a disc of membranous discs, where photopigments exist as transmembrane proteins. Here you have photopigments, they are called iodopsin. So here you take rod cells. This is the rod cell. See that rod color shape is there. See that rod cells are cylindrical structures. It's looking like a rod. Length of this rod is 40 to 60 microns. Length, diameter 2 micron. They are used for peripheral vision and scotopic vision, peripheral and dim vision. Then they contain a visual purple, a pigment called a visual purple. It is called rhodopsin. 120 million rod cells are there, absent in fovea. Fovea is the region where rods are absent. Then cone cells. These are all the cone cells. They are central and located at the central in between the rods. They are responsible for color vision. Their length is 35 to 40 microns only. Diameter is 5 microns. They contain iodopsin, a pigment. 6.5 million that is cone cells are there. When you compare with the rod cells, cone cells are lesser. Highest density in fovea. Fovea region only This cone cells are concentrated. In fovea region, rod cells are absent. Now we are coming to visual cycle, visual pathway or visual cycle, or physiology of vision or photo bleaching process. All are saying about this visual cycle of vision or visual cycle. So the visual cycle is the biological reaction. It's a biochemical conversion reaction. Information begins in the retina with the detection of light by these photoreceptor cells. What are these photoreceptor cells? Rods and cones. Both the rods and cones on exposure to light, and in this process, they excite the nerve fiber from the eye, backside of the retina. So light sensitive chemicals, that is the pigments, photopigments present in the rods, they are called as rhodopsin. And those light pigments, that light sensitive pigments present in the cones are called as cone pigments, color pigments, or iodopsin. So the term visual cycle, it was first coined by George Wald in the mid 1900s to describe the ability of the eye to recycle. Eye is having a recycle pathway. It's called visual pathway, visual cycle. They are going to recycle vitamin A. It's one of the important vitamin for the synthesis of visual pigments. So vitamin A is needed for synthesis of rhodopsin and iodopsin. That was first told by George Wald, as originally proposed by George Wald in 1968. The rod visual cycle requires the involvement of both retina and the retinal pigment epithelium, or PE, in order to properly process the retinal chromophore, that is the pigment released from bleached rod pigment, that is called rhodopsin. So the visual cycle is the biological conversion of a photon, that is light energy, into an electrical signal in the retina. So this process occurs via a G protein coupled receptor. G protein coupled receptor called opsin. Opsin is the protein part of the G protein coupled receptor, which contains a pigment portion that is called chromophore 11 cis retinal. This 11 cis retinal is derived from vitamin A. So this 11 cis retinal is covalently linked to the protein part opsin receptor via Schipp's base forming retinylidin protein. It is a opsin, that pigment complex. So coming to the physiology of this visual cycle, the main mechanisms, 3 mechanisms are there. First step is photoreduction, that is phototransduction. It is called phototransduction. One form of energy is converted to another form, that is called transduction. Initiation of vision starts there. Second is processing and the transmission of these visual sensations to the brain center. Third one, visual perception, that happens in the vision center of the brain. So we are coming to the photochemistry of vision, photophysiology or photochemistry of the vision. So we have several stages in that, steps in that. First one, rhodopsin retinal visual cycle in the rod cells. Second one, rhodopsin and its decomposition by light energy, that is called degradation of rhodopsin. Then that is called bleaching process. Third one, reformation of rhodopsin, that is resynthesis of rhodopsin. Fourth one, the role of vitamin A in the formation of rhodopsin. The next one, excitation of rods when rhodopsin is activated. Then color vision, that happens in the cone cells. That is the last one we are going to see. So here you can see the chemical basis of visual cycle or visual process. Here you see that you have rods and cones here. Inner segment, synapse, myard, nucleus, mitochondria. Inner segment is there. Outer segment, lamella, where these pigments, the rhodopsin is there. Here the same way, here you have the pigment iodopsin. So inside that you can lamellar particles are there. Free floating discs are in this disc only, and the pigments are there. Ciliary fibrils are also there. This is the limiting membrane, inner membrane. This is a folding of outer cell membrane connecting cilia. This is the outer segment of a rod. So the photopigments present here in this region. the rods as well as in the cones. They decompose on exposure to light. When light comes and falls here and here, the pigment iodopsin or rhodopsin is decomposed. So in the process, excite the nerve fibers, because when decomposes, electrical impulses are formed. So that electrical impulses excite the nerve fiber through generation of electrical activity, that is electrical impulses. And these impulses are created in the retina here in this portion. So photopigments are responsible for that electrical signal creation. So this rhodopsin or this visual purple that is present in the rods is responsible for that. In cone cells here, color pigments or cone pigments like porphyropsin, iodopsin and synopsin. Three types of pigments are there in three different types of cone cells. That is green, blue, green, red. Porphyropsin, iodopsin and synopsin present in the cone cells. So this rhodopsin, which consists of two components, rhodopsin, one is called protein portion, protein molecule called scotopsin, that is the protein portion. Second one is called the non-protein part, covalently bound cofactor, that is called retinal. This retinal is derived from vitamin A. So rhodopsin of the rods most strongly absorbs green-blue light. Green-blue light in your VGR and appears reddish-purple in color, this rhodopsin. It looking reddish-purple in color because it absorbs green-blue light in your VGR. So that is why it is called as visual purple. Rhodopsin is otherwise called as visual purple because it looks reddish-purple in color. Rhodopsin, retinal, visual cycle which happens in the rod cells. So here rhodopsin is and its decomposition happens when light energy falls on the rhodopsin. So the outer segment of the rod that projects into the pigment layer of the retina, it has a concentration of about 40% of light sensitive pigments called rhodopsin, or it is called visual purple. So rhodopsin is having two portions, scotopsin, that is protein part, plus a non-protein part called retinal. This is a carotenoid protein. So this retinal is present in the form of 11-cis retinal. This is geometrical isomer. 11-cis retinal known as retinine. So cis form of the retinal, this is 11-cis. Cis form of the retinal is very, 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 very important because this cis form only can bind with scotopsin, that's protein part, scotopsin, to synthesize this rhodopsin. So here you can see that rhodopsin cycle. So here this is the rod, this is outer segment, one portion of the rod, you have discs here, where inside that is rhodopsin molecules are there. So this rhodopsin molecule is having two portions. This is the blue color one is protein portion, that is scotopsin, and this red color key-like portion is called this non-protein, retinal, that non-protein part of retinine, 11-cis retinine, that is derived from vitamin A. When light falls, photon falls on this protein, rhodopsin, this 11-trans retinal, this is 11-trans retinal that is converted into, this 11-trans retinal is coming here, and see that when light falls on this rhodopsin, bleaching happens. It's called a bleaching process. When bleaching happens, this pigment is cleaved into protein portion opsin and that is the component portion, non-protein portion, 11-trans retinal. Then protein portion remains there as opsin, and this 11-cis retinal. So this is the structure of 11-cis retinal. All trans retinal or 11-cis retinal, and that is converted into 11-trans retinal is called all trans retinal. So this 11-trans retinal is converted into 11-cis retinal. This is the structure of 11-cis retinal, where ATP is utilized. The enzyme is a diestrase enzyme. Okay, that is converting this all trans retinal into 11-cis retinal. After that, this 11-cis retinal is again combines with opsin protein, and regeneration of the rhodopsin happens. So this 11-cis retinal and opsin are reassembled to form, again it forms the pigment rhodopsin. that pigment comes here. Again, when another light energy photon falls on that, again it is split into 11 trans retinal and opsin. Again, this process is repeated. So here rhodopsin is generated, regenerated, and bleached, regenerated, bleached, regenerated, bleached. Like that, it is going on a cyclic pathway. So photochemical changes which happens in rhodopsin. That's what I have explained in the previous diagram. Bleaching of the rhodopsin first takes place. When exposed to light, the color of rhodopsin changes from red to yellow because it is reddish blue in color. Okay, but it becomes red to yellow when light falls on them by a process known as, this process is called photobleaching or bleaching of rhodopsin. So photobleaching, which occurs in a few milliseconds, and many unstable intermediates are formed during this photobleaching process. So after that, opsin and this all trans retinal is separated. Then after that, all trans retinal is converted to 11 cis retinal. This 11 cis retinal can alone bind with opsin protein and it forms rhodopsin again. That is called reformation of rhodopsin, regeneration of rhodopsin, second step. So what is this photobleaching or rhodopsin bleaching? Rhodopsin is called as visual purple. This pigment containing a sensory protein, that's protein part, scotopsin, that converts light into an electrical signal. So these photobleaching and the subsequent regeneration of the rhodopsin are major steps in the visual cycle. So the series of biochemical reactions that is critical for vision in low light also. That is why rod cells are responsible for dim vision. So what are all the biochemical changes occurring in rhodopsin during photobleaching? So when light falls on rhodopsin, photobleaching starts. So rhodopsin bleaching cycle starts where rhodopsin is first converted into intermediate. Several intermediates are formed. First intermediate is bartho-rhodopsin, that is converted into lumirhodopsin. Then rhodopsin is converted into meta-rhodopsin 1. Then it is converted into meta-rhodopsin 2. And this meta-rhodopsin is cleaved into two portions, protein portion, non-protein. Protein portion is nothing but scotopsin, and the non-protein portion is nothing but all trans retinal. This all trans retinal AL, aldehyde form, can be converted into all trans retinal OL, alcohol form. This all trans retinal is vitamin A, the carotenoid derivative. So from retinal OL to AL, you can get this all trans retinal. So this all trans retinal by enzyme isomerase, it can be reformed. Reformation reaction takes place. Geometrical reformation by the isomerase enzyme. All trans retinal is converted to 11 cis retinal AL, aldehyde form. This 11 cis retinal can be converted to 11 cis retinal aldehyde form, it's an alcohol form. This is the one form of vitamin A. So this 11 cis retinal again combines with scotopsin, that protein part, and regeneration of rhodopsin happens. These are all the changes, metabolic changes which occurs in the rhodopsin during photobleaching of the rod cells or the rhodopsin. So this is the visual cycle, including photobleaching. So visual cycle which happens in the rod cells, especially in the rhodopsin, all trans retinal opsin. So here you see that light falls on here, 11 cis retinal opsin is there, all trans retinal is formed, retinal dehydrogenase enzyme which converts this all trans retinal into all trans retinal aldehyde form, the alcohol form, and this all trans retinal by photoreceptor retinal pigment epithelium, you see that which is converted into all trans retinal ester by the enzyme lecithin retinal acyl transferase, and this RPE65 which converts all trans retinal into 11 cis retinal isomerase enzyme, retinal dehydrogenase enzyme which converts 11 cis retinal aldehyde form, alcohol form into 11 cis retinal aldehyde form. This 11 cis retinal combines with opsin, again rhodopsin is regenerated. Visual cycle. So same visual cycle which happens in cone cells. This is intraretinal visual cycle. All trans retinal plus opsin is there. Light when falls on that cone cell, all trans retinal is formed. Retinal dehydrogenase converts it into the 11-cis retinal alcohol formed by the enzyme dihydroceramide desaturase 1, where multifunction O-acetyl transferase converts this 11-cis retinal alcohol form into 11-cis retinal. Actually, this is converted into 11-cis retinal ester. So retinal ester hydrolase, which converts this alcohol form into ester form. Then the retinal dehydrogenase enzyme, which converts 11-cis retinal to aldehyde form, 11-cis retinal AL. So here in cone photoreceptor Muller cells are doing this reaction, which happens in cone cells. 11-cis retinal combines with opsin. Again, you will get this cone cell pigment, scotopsin. This iodopsin, like that. Again, it is regenerated, like your rhodopsin cycle. So this is about visual cycle. So in visual cycle, it is actually photobleaching followed by regeneration of the rhodopsin. In between that, we are having some metabolic pathways, photochemical changes are happening. So if you take the color vision, that is visual cycle, which happens in cone cells, 3 basic cone cells, blue, green and red. There also same visual cycle happens, same photochemical reaction happens, bleaching happens, and regeneration of the pigment takes place. So because of that visual cycle which happens in the cone cells, your color vision is possible. So color adaptation, we come to the last topic, color adaptation. How are you going to visualize your color surrounding you? That is because of visual cycle which happens in the cone cells, that is called visual cycle of the cones. Because of that, your color vision is possible, and color adaptation is also possible. You can able to differentiate blue color, red color, green color, black color, like that. So that is done through this visual cycle, color adaptation. So cones are specialized in bright and color vision only. Color vision is governed by 3 basic color sensitive pigments. That is 3 basic cone cells are there. One is for red wavelength identification in your WebGR. That pigment is porphyropsin. Green color identification, iodopsin. Blue color identification, cyanopsin. All the 3 pigments are there, all the 3 basic cone cells. So all these are retinal opsin complexes, that is protein plus non-protein complexes. So when bright light strikes the retina, light falls on the retina, 1 or more of these pigments, all these 3 pigments, they are bleached, like rod cells, rhodopsin bleaching, photo bleaching. So depending on the color of the light, which wavelength of light is bleaching which pigment, based on the color of the light, the pigment are dissociated. Suppose red color comes, porphyropsin is bleached. Green light comes, iodopsin is bleached. If blue color comes, cyanopsin is bleached. So that particular pigment is dissociating into all trans retinal plus opsin protein. Protein is separated. So now the electrical signal is formed. That goes to the brain center, and your color adaptation starts there. Your brain vision center will adapt to the situation, and it will differentiate the color. So after that, bleaching is over, regeneration of the porphyropsin, iodopsin, cyanopsin will take place, like rhodopsin. So differential bleaching takes place. So nerve impulse generated by the visual cascade causes perception of specific color in the brain center. So that is called color adaptation in the brain center, or color vision. You can able to understand the color. Some animals, they are not able to understand the color. Domestic animals, wild animals, they cannot understand the color. They will have black and white TV vision only. But at the same time, they are night hunting animals. They are going for hunting in the night. The night time, even in the dark, they can able to see all the surroundings clearly, because their cornea is having a specialized reflection. They will reflect even the infrared color beyond the WebGR. Infrared color beyond the WebGR, where night time infrared is more during night time. So that infrared color will be highly reflected by the cornea of those night hunting animals, so that they can have a bright vision. You can take a dog, it will have bright vision in the dark night. The receptor potential of the photoreceptors is locally graded potential. That is, it does not propagate. The receptor potential does not follow all or none along. So the receptor potential generated in the photoreceptor is transmitted by, because light is converted into electrical energy during photobleaching. So where receptor potential generated in the photoreceptor cells, that is transmitted by electronic conduction, electrical impulse to the other cells of the retina. That is the horizontal cells, bipolar cells, amacrine cells, and ganglion cells. From there, these electrical signals are moving. So the ganglion cells, finally, they will transmit the visual signals, electrical impulses, by means of action potential to the optic nerve fiber. Here you have color vision. Suppose if you are, I told you when your cone cells are not properly functioning, there is no proper visual cycle happens in your cone cells. Your pigments in the cone cells are defective. What is going to happen? You will have color blindness. That means you will be having only black and white TV vision. Your rod cells are functioning, you have vision. But cone cells are not functioning, means you don't have color differentiation. You cannot have color adaptation. Color vision is not possible. So you will have color blindness. What is color blindness? What is color blindness? Color blindness means that you have trouble seeing the colors of the VIBGYOR, red, green or blue, or a mixture of these three colors. That is called VIBGYOR, 7 colors of the rainbow. So it's rare that a person sees no color at all. They will have black and white TV vision. Suppose if you see black and white TV film, what are you going to see? Only black and white. There is no color differentiation. So your vision will be like that if you have color blindness. So it is also called a color vision problem. A color vision problem can change your life. So how to test that you have color vision problem or you have color blindness? Here you have a chart containing some numbers made up of different colored and sized dots on a similar background. If you have color problem or color blindness, inability to identify a number suggests some defect of color vision. That is, you have color blindness. We can check it, test it.